Well, g'day everyone. Welcome back to the channel. What a beautiful day in Southland today. Yep, that time. Let's get some tractor work done. Oh, that didn't look very pretty, does it? This is where we let the sheep off Swedes last. Lots of crop residue left out there, as you can see, which is going to take quite a bit to work down, but we'll get it done. The discs will slice it up a wee bit, and the next thing we use is the maxi tool. It'll smash things up a wee bit. Coming up quite nice out there, actually. Considering this is only the second pass in this paddock. The first one was to open it up, and then this is the second one, as in with the grubber. Yeah. Back around, and I'm just going to nudge this lever over that way, and then the discs get on the ground and the wheels come up. Chain harrows there behind them too. Sorry about the dirty window, you can't really see, but you get the idea. Right, so it's just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's time to go around the ewes, but thought I'd show you what we're doing here. So we've got the discs, which are just these blades that they're on a single axle there, another one there, another two at the back, and they're just sort of cutting, so the ground's going in at that angle, and they sort of cut and roll the clods off the side. And yeah, very old bit of technology. They've been around for a long time. Blades are getting a nice shine up on them there, so ground can't be too wet. These discs are getting a long way down. Those scallops used to be a full semicircle, half circle. Back ones aren't scalloped. As you can see, they've got a bit more size to them. So yeah, probably next season we'll have to replace those. But I don't know, I'd like a bigger set of discs because that is outrageous. Then behind it, got these old chain harrows that we bought at that clearing sale we went to with you guys. Yeah. I should have the new ones on here because they've got a lot more meat on these spikes here. They're about that long, but these are 3.5, those are 3.2, and the other ones are only 3 meters, so that just sort of fits better behind the discs. Anyway guys, I'm going to go get around these ewes and come back, have some tea, and then we'll get back into this after tea. Oh, certainly plenty of lambs running around out there at the moment. We're about a third of the way through, but I think we're a bit further than that. We're a third of the way time-wise, but yeah, they're everywhere. Early drop, which probably doesn't make any difference either way, outside of the fact they've got a few more days of growing before weaning, so they might be half a kilo heavier maybe at weaning, which adds up to a bit. That's the ones that are born early. Probably only add up to about 100 grams over the whole lot, but not a bad thing. The weather's looking good for the rest of the week. We've got a bit of crap coming on Tuesday. But anyway guys, I've got to shoot away and do an errand tonight, so we'll pick this back up tomorrow, do this job again, and then we'll get back in that tractor and do a bit more disking. So this wee lamb in white here, poor wee bugger's just had his lunch cut. He has got a guts on him like you wouldn't believe. Because he was born first, and he's had a huge feed of milk, and then the poor girl got stuck on the second lamb. So I've just caught her, got the second lamb out. He just had both his front legs back, just the head out, so head's a wee bit swollen, but he's going to get up and get going looking at him, so I'm not too worried here. But yeah, the wee white fella, he thought he was made. He's not very happy now, but we need to get out of here anyway and let her do her thing. We just found wee bluehead here, sitting, I don't know, 100 metres over that way. Drove around the whole paddock. Missed this ewe. Didn't see her, but pretty sure we've found mum there. Yep, next morning's here. Sarah's gone around her triplets while I've got kids ready for school. That's all sorted. We're back out around the ewes now, and Yeah, these paddocks are starting to get pretty hard to drive through. Yeah, might have to drop the trailer off soon and just nip around on the bike as quickly as we can, because it's like driving through a minefield. All these little mobs of lambs just sitting down, and when you disturb them, well, they're pretty good at finding their mums, but sometimes when you disturb them, they don't get mothered back up, and then you've either got to try to find the mum or they ultimately die. So it gets to a point where it's almost not worth going around. You almost do more harm than good. Yeah, that's a good thing, because it means there's plenty of lambs out there, but it does make life a little bit challenging. Well, here's a delicate situation, guys. Cast has lambed, lambs are up and not look clean. Will she take the lammies if I can get her up? There you go, girl, there you go, girl. Oh, that didn't look good. Up you hop, up you hop. Look at that, look at that. Bloody good mums, eh? With the old genetics we used to have 10 years ago, before we changed to these Tronganos, that you would have just bolted straight down the hill and not given a crap about our lambs. So big dividends in mothering ability with these ones. They're something special. The hoggets are on the move. Come on, girl, there you go. Time for a bit of a shift for them, I think. There's still quite a bit of feeding here, but we're wanting to keep those covers up a little bit so that it grows back a bit faster. There's plenty of feed out here at the moment, but these girls, they're a bit pesky. They love running around in circles being silly buggers. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open the gate and leave it for them. It's way up the top of this paddock, so a pretty safe one for them to go through, and they can just work it out on their own. And the reason for that, my neighbours lambing up here, and us chasing these things around and trying to get them to find a gateway, because they can be a bit cheeky, we'll say. They know the gate's there, they know they want to run through it, but they don't want to run through it for you. So we'll just leave them, forget about them. I'd say it'll take them less than half an hour to shift themselves, then we'll come back out here later on and we will shut the gate. Got a bit of rain coming down, so cultivation might be off today, we'll see. Hasn't been bugger all yet, but I don't know whether it's going to set in or not. It's coming from that way, and that sky might be right, but be nothing for an hour or so anyway, so we'll go and have a coffee. Oh guys, we made it back in the tractor. Rain's sort of bugging off for a while, so yeah, things aren't too bad. Soil conditions from yesterday are looking pretty good, and yeah, it's a wee bit sticky there, but nothing too serious. But it is amazing. Soil conditions have changed, so they've dried out quite a bit from yesterday to today, and now my discs are playing up. Soil conditions from yesterday are looking pretty good. Bit of moisture there, but nothing really to worry about. I've seen people work plenty more later on in the season, but yeah, we're leaving a little ridge in the middle now. It's amazing as soil conditions change how you got to adjust the cultivator. So these front discs flick it out this way. Hang on, I'll stand at the back and show you. So we pull straight, those discs flick it out that way, they flick it out that way. These back ones then pull it back in like that. Never perfect. I actually don't like these discs very much. That clearing sale we bought these chain harrows. I actually very nearly bought a beautiful looking set of homemade offset discs for about $3.5 grand, and I'm kicking myself for not doing it, because as it turns out we could have afforded it. Just first year trading, got to be very careful moving forward. They would have done a nicer job than these, but I didn't, and it's probably for the best that I didn't. Anyway, we're just going to adjust that front gang so it's a little bit more aggressive, so that it's flicking a little bit more out and leaving a bit more of a hole in between those two discs in the middle there, so that when this back gang, where are we, there, throws it back in, there's a bit more of a hole to fill. Now, where are we? Let's see, there we go, look at that. They're a bit annoying, these discs. Hydraulic cut adjustment would be great. Yeah, see that? I can go back that way. Right, I'm going to have to use some muscle for a minute. Right, there we go. We've got that to there. I think we'll go, yeah, we'll try that. Come on. Fiddly bloody things. Hang on. There we go. She's in. Right. Revs. Work mode. Select forward. Discs in the ground. And we're off. You can sort of see as we head up the hill this way, because the discs are leaning over a bit, the harrows dragging behind them are dragging off to this side. So the wee ridge that's getting covered up, whenever we're leaning the other way, is being left exposed, but it's not too bad. Max Till's going to take care of it. We'll get rid of it and level it all out. Just stop the tractor, guys. This oyster catcher had a nest just over there about 2 weeks ago. Now, I've driven over it because the eggs were gone and I didn't see any chicks, and I thought the worst had happened. Sure enough, it has, but luckily they were early enough in the season that there's more eggs there. So we'll be very careful that we don't run that over in the next pass. These wee oyster catchers are neat wee birds, and we do like protecting them. Don't know whether they're protected or not, but they certainly are on this farm. That thing flying over there, on the other hand, is a plover. Plovers are pure evil. They're self-imported Australians, and we do not like them, so they can bugger off out of here. They also hound the wee oyster catchers down there a wee bit, so yeah, oyster catchers protected, plovers not so much. The old discs do love to throw dirt too, so I'm going to go along the side of them like this. There we go, there's some egg. We just sort of take it down again, because yeah, the gangs throwing dirt downhill throw the dirt a lot more violently than the ones throwing uphill, and yeah, there's no point just tearing a hole in a saw 2 feet down the hill. So we just sort of slow down a wee bit, make it easy, and let them do their job without causing a whole lot of problems. Righto guys, there we go. We've got a bit of a miss here in front of us where that nest is. Birdie's just hopping off it. So I'm just going to make sure on my headlands that I don't run that over as I'm turning around and heading back in the other direction. Sorry. As I'm turning around and heading back in the other direction. And yeah, wee birdie should be happy. I'm going to leave you guys to it. I'm going to crank up a podcast to some point and listen to that for a while. Get around the ewes after I finish this wee bit in the middle here. Hang on. As you can see, there's just the square left in the middle. So we'll get that blown out. Get around the ewes. I don't think you guys want to see any more of that. Maybe you do. There'll be plenty more to come. This video's good enough. And next thing you see on this video will be me in the other paddock way over there, disking, and I'll get that drone up and we'll get some footage of that, eh? See how that looks. Well guys, just like that, we are done. Big girl's had a good night. A bit thirsty in this paddock. The other one we did 5.8 there I think. So covered a bit of ground, bit of pokey stuff in there. All done though. But yeah, it's currently 1 AM, so I'm going to get this thing home, have a whiskey, go to bed, and catch you guys next time.